our head of delegation, ESCKAZ.com.
Hello everyone. First of all, on behalf of the Montenegro delegation, I want to thank you to the whole city and the whole country for very good hospitality and generosity. And I want to thank all the press for coming here and being big support to us. Thank you.
We just finished with the second rehearsal, and I have big impressions. I have to tell you that after this, I'm very scared that we will win. We can be a big problem, yeah. But doesn't matter. This guy with Pistaci is Mr. Amadeus. Next guy is Igor Malešević, drummer. The guy here is Miroslav Tovirac. He is bass drummer, two dancer, Nikola Mijanović and Vlado Božović. On my left side, already introduced you Lydia. Mr. Daško Đurović, he is director. And on the end is our young dancer, Guy with Pistaci is Amadeus.
Well, it's great pleasure to see all of you here, and nice that you were impressed by the stage. But now I have a look at your performance. The first thing that really is standing out is a kind of sound. That's what we had to ask the technical personnel to do. Well, I have to tell you, the gentleman is a sailing instructor, so he has a special feeling of wind, voice, and he kind of readjusted our sails.
Yes,
that will make our journey a little bit better for the rest of the day. Thank you. Well, you know, what really is standing out when I look at your performance is kind of your unusual style. And you told me something that was the message from your dad. You can lose everything in this life, but never lose your style. Can you please elaborate on what makes your style? Because by the end of the day, it's good as much as your style is.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Azerbaijan. First of all, now after a few days, I have to say that Baku is one of the most beautiful towns I saw in my life. I can call this time like Nizza or the East, but it is much bigger than Nizza. Architecture is unbelievable. All that parks, perfect design of the town. Everything is like by the great measure, with the perfect proportions. And I found the people are not nervous, not hurry like in other metropolis. They are cool, calm, and they take their time. I like that promenade. People are walking and talking like we used to do before 30 years in Tito's Yugoslavia. And somehow I felt a great deal of nostalgia when I feel here. Also, I like very much that in Baku I couldn't see a lot of billboards and advertising and all that news products of liberal capitalism. And I rest my mind here because nothing was aggressively advertised to me. And somehow it is a pity that I'm going to stay here only a few days more. I would like somehow to stay more. Well, I'm married. In opposite, I should find here some wife for me, but I'm married. Well, about style, my father used to tell me, son, you can lose everything in your life, but don't lose your style. And I asked him, okay, you were during the Tito, in 1948, it was like dividing politics from the Stalin, from the Soviet Union. And at that time he was not for the Tito. He was for the Stalin and went in a prison. And I said to him, hey, how you hold your style in a prison? And he said, I was the most elegant prisoner in the prison. I said, how do you manage that? He said, each night when I go to sleep, I put my pants and the jackets under my pillow, then it looks like it was ironed. And he looks ironed in a prison. Well, we enjoy all the freedom now. And I hope that I will look ironed on the stage. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And your comments about Nizza is very well taken, because up until the recent time, in the 1960s, Baku had a bathhouse that was modeled from that of Nizza. And the coastline that you were going to imagine was all landfill. Landfill made artificial. The whole boulevard was made as a result of huge landfill, and just a year ago, this place had a totally different look. So now, being in this tip of the bay, being born in Baku, even though I live in Toronto now, I revealed this building, so it was the revelation is well shared. And if they start building docks here, you'll have a job, and we'll find another source of inspiration for you.
Not yacht, I am expert from the small sailboats.
Yeah, they will start from small.
Microtoners, Flying Dutchmen, lasers.
Do you think the Bay of Baku is a good place for this kind of vessels?
Yes, it was excellent. And wind is blowing all the time. It is, for example, I can see the Baku, in Baku, like a world championship in sailing.
Can you imagine the very name Baku, buried with Bobby and Midan, which is the blow of wind? It's the windy city. So there is another field of activities for you in the future, but now, so far, what brought you here is your very unusual artistic style, your manner, that made you almost the #1 artist in your country and in the region of former Yugoslavia. And I believe that all this group of people have some questions to ask of you. So with that, I give the floor to the audience.
Well, excuse me, before we start to ask questions, I have to say that I am not #1 at all in Balkan. I can be maybe #1 in alternative, in alternative music, in some avant-garde process and performance, experimental, blah blah blah. But I never was first on the top list, etc. And I think that that decision that Montenegro invite me to present Montenegro on Eurovision is some kind of accident. But I hope that that decision was right.
Well, in a way, it could be a recognition of the style that you represent that may become dominant in the years to come. You never know. But let the people tell what they want to tell and make their comments, and we already have some. Microphone, please.
Hello? Oh, okay. Hello. I'm from Russia. My name is Anton. Nice to meet you here. My question is, you told us that you're searching a wife here, yeah?
No. I said that I'm married.
You are married?
Yes.
Okay. So my question is out of time. But which one of the contestants, I mean girls, you would take to your swimming pool?
Oh well, all of them.
Thank you.
Other questions and comments? Please, yes, you. Microphone here, please.
Hi, I'm Tom from the Netherlands. I have a question about your song, Romeo. Is there a serious thought behind the song, or is it just for fun?
Well, I don't know. I don't know, really. We have in our language some kind of sentence we can translate on English like confused feelings. And most of my time I have confused feelings about everything. It was was like I had a confused when I saw naked girl first time in my life. I had the confused feelings, you know? And I had also confused feelings when me and my country somehow had to take our, metaphorically speaking, our clothes off to be naked before we are entering the Europe community, and it makes me somehow confused, you know, because it means changing of social discourse and a lot of change, not only that monetas stuff, it is changing of a lot of things. It means that confused feelings are not mean that that is something bad. It means it is everything. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Morning, Sasha from Eurovision Baku. I have a question about your participation in the first semi-final. As we know, the other Balkan countries are in the second semi-final, and I also know that your music and your style of joking the music and to make joke about politics and everything is very well accepted in the former Yugoslavia, because you were one of the first who made this kind of direct talking about these things. And of course, if you were in the second semi-final, people from the former Yugoslavia can understand this kind of humor you have. But you are now alone in the first semi-final. Do you think, the question is actually, do you think that Europe can understand this sense of humor you have? Thank you.
Well, it will be in the saying, when your boat is too fast, you have to give a handicap to another boat. It means that I have to give a handicap to another participations to be divided from my auditorium used to vote for me. It means that if I am in the same group with another Balkan countries, it should be unfair, because all that countries should give a high points for me, and it should be some kind of unfair situation for another, and that is the reason I'm divided. I feel better now because I get anything into everything. It's cool.
But you think that Europe will understand
Well,
this?
I get about understanding. In former Yugoslavia, it is 20 million of people. Statistically, I am understood by 1 promille. It is like 20,000 of auditorium. If I have 1 promille of understanding in all Europe countries, it will be enough for me. It will be like 200 million people, 1 promille is 200,000. It is enough for me to organize the tour. Thanks.
Thank you, Rabbi. You were very modest to say that you don't consider yourself number one artist in either Montenegro or West Yugoslavia, but there was one area where you were first to visit your own country, because as far as I know, you were the first UNICEF ambassador in Montenegro, and you did a lot with the prevention of violence, child abuse, and this kind of things. Can you briefly elaborate on that particular aspect of your activity, and does it have any impact on the contents of your songs, which you tend to be both the author and composer of, and you make them all from A to Z?
Well, when first I started to wonder why UNICEF want me to be their ambassador, and they explained to me that they are a small organization, only 6 people is working, and they have a small amount of money, small budget, everything is very small. But sometimes they need more time presenting in media. And then the model model was that I give them my time in media. Whenever somebody in media asks me something, I can mention that I work for UNICEF, etc., etc. And that means that I give to the UNICEF's programs part of my time in the media.
In the meantime, you increase their outreach to the society. So they reach the society better with your help.
Of course, I'm very satisfied. We had some exam of society. Before 3 years, we had 70% of the parents who were strongly against that children who have disabilities in development. They didn't want that children without disabilities, children of their parents, be together in a classroom with that children. And after 2 or 3 years of making media programs about that, especially with some video clip and so on I made, we changed that of public opinion that we put it less from 70% to 25%. And I think that
children with disabilities have greater access to education.
Yes, I think this is a great job because children with disabilities deserve to have full attention and full right to develop potentials, and among them we have a lot of genius. And it is a pity not to invest attention and education and everything.
Well, this is a remarkable accomplishment from our point of view, and the way you accomplish it is through your songs, which for me seem quite intellectual, a little bit satirical, a little bit of parody, a little bit of travesty. Well, altogether it seems to say
well, I noticed that pop music audience, somehow are afraid of the satiric, of irony, of everything which is, more complex than I love you, you love me, you don't love me, I love you, you go, I come, give me more, I love you.
Well, I think that both the creative and social activities around Montenegro deserve a round of applause.